Morning, everyone. This is Satamir from Alchemist Academy. So this is a follow-up video from the changes that I had discussed in my previous video about the evaluation of two very important sections of the test. And as you can see that these changes reflect an AI scoring plus and human evaluation. So let's have a look. So first thing first, the two sections that are actually being changed in the marking criteria is describe, image, and retell lecture. And remember that these changes are effective from the 4th of November. So anyone who's done the test on 4th of November and the following days after that, and if they've been using particular strategies that have been highlighted by Pearson that students should not be using, they would have seen a bit of a dip in the scores and they would have seen a bit of, the scores going down. Now, why Pearson is making these changes, let's understand that first. So what Pearson is really targeting is they want to ensure that the scores reflect the genuine language proficiency, and it should avoid the gaming strategies that is adopted by the test takers. And what is this gaming strategy? We will just have a look on it very, very closely now. Now, first thing first, what Pearson mentioned is students are adopting a gaming strategy. Now, what is the gaming strategy? Let's have a look. So, in describe image, particularly what they've highlighted is students are actually not targeting any kind of content, and they are just rambling on with a template that has been memorized that doesn't really talk about anything. It doesn't really describe the task well, or you're not giving a good answers in it. So, for example, in describe image, Pearson has specifically highlighted that there is this template that they use on my screen, as you can see, which says that I have a beautiful picture in front of me. 40 seconds to talk about this picture. Upon a closer inspection, I can see color, shape, numbers. I can see color, I can see number. Overall, the picture is very informative. Now, this is exactly what Pearson has. This is the same structure that they have actually put in the report, and they've said strictly like, no, not one should not be using this template. Now, apparently, this template has been widely being promoted and spread out in YouTube by a lot of training centers and trainers who teach individually. Now, apparently, this was not the right way to do it. So what Pearson is saying is when students are using this template, for example, this is a sample question that you can see on your screen. Now, students are describing this image in this way, like I have a beautiful picture in front of me. I have 40 seconds to talk about this picture. Upon closer inspection, I can see the color red, I can see the color yellow, I can see the color green, I can see a circle, I can see 24%, I can see 11%, I can see 23%, I can see 42%. Overall, the picture is very informative and interesting. And thank you so much. Now, as you can see that this doesn't really describe the image. What is the purpose of describe image? You just went on to speak quite fluently. That's about it. It talks very little about the content. Now, actually, in my understanding, this is not really going to help you with oral fluency as well because you're repeating the same things. And one of the key rules with oral fluency is you do not repeat the same things again and again. Now, they've clearly highlighted that using this template will severely penalize you because not just the AI, but also an human is going to cross-check the score that is given by the AI to ensure that these are the gaming strategies that are to be avoided by the system. Now, an interesting aspect of this is they are going to use exactly the same strategy for retail lecture as well. Again, one of the common templates for retail lecture is the given lecture is about this. First and foremost, I can hear this. I can also hear this. I can also hear this. The speaker also said this. The speaker also said that. Overall, the lecture is very informative and thank you so much. So this is the thing that they're really targeting, and they really want to make sure that the test remains authentic and students are actually not using these templates. Now, one very important thing in this that you need to remember is that if your content goes zero for either describe image or read a lecture, you will get zero for your fluency and pronunciation too. So this means that the content is pretty important. Now, if you look at this task over here, this is a screenshot that I've taken directly from the Pearson's report. And this is a practice image that they have shared. Now, if you look at it, they've given a suggested answer, and they're saying that in the suggested answer, there's 4 things you need to look at. You need to look at an introduction, you need to describe the main points, you need to give secondary details, and you need to give a conclusion. So I'd request you to pause the video here and look at it for 25 seconds and think that what would be the right way to describe this image. And let's have a look. Now, basically what they've said is, let's look on the introduction. The table shows the reading habits in Winston measured in hours per week. So if you can look at this, that's what the title is. So describing the title. The data is categorized by types of reading materials. such as social media, books, newspapers, and blogs. So if you look at the bottom, they've talked about the categories here, and it's divided into three groups, which is students, working professionals, and retired adults. And again, talking about further categories down. So people who've taken my class with me or who've done the class with me in the past will actually feel or will relate to this, that this is how exactly we do our classes as well. It's very similar to our template. The data shows that books are the most popular with retired adults who read them about 8 hours per week. Students who spend most time on social media at 7 hours per week, while working professionals have a mixed preference but spend the most time on books at about 4 hours a week. So basically, if you look at this, they're talking about the highest categories over here, the highest amount of data. Now let's look at the secondary ones. Newspapers have the lowest reading time across all groups, ranging from 1 to 2 hours per week for students, working professionals, and retired adults. So they're talking about the highest values and the lowest values. And if you look at the conclusion, overall books are the most popular reading format across all groups, followed by social media, while newspapers and blogs are the least popular, which is again going back to the title and again talking about a bit of interpretation. Now, again, if you're someone who's watching this video and you've taken my class, you will pretty much relate to this, that our templates are very similar to what has been suggested over here from Pearson. So I don't think you need to worry about this. And for the other test takers who are probably watching this video, I'd like to share a little bit about our template. Not in this video, probably a follow-up video from this, but I'll surely share this with you very, very shortly. Now, a couple of things that has come out as tips from Pearson themselves. So the first thing that Pearson has said, these tips are from their from the research paper, from the report that they've published. So one of the things is what they do recommend is in the preparation time, please make sure that you identify the key trends, topic, the categories and so on. You do need to speak for 30 to 40 seconds, and I've always emphasized this in my class. You are unlikely to mention the key features in 20 seconds or less. So if you go to YouTube, a lot of trainers have always said that 20 seconds is enough. A lot of PT trainers actually say this, that 20 seconds is all you need to speak. But this is mentioned in the report that if you speak for 20 seconds or less, you're unlikely to mention the key features. So what you do need to do is you do need to speak about minimum 30 seconds. So my recommendation would be anywhere between 30 to 35 seconds. You do not need to speak all the way up until 40 seconds. And one of the most important things they've said is please make sure that you use the numbers from the image in your spoken response, because that kind of demonstrates that you are showing an analysis, you're targeting the content, you're showing what you can see from the image. Some of the don'ts, they've simply said, please don't use a gaming template or a memorized template. The one that they've said, there is a beautiful picture in front of me. I can see this, I can see this, I can see this. If your content goes to zero, you get zero for everything. So please make sure you don't do that. Try to mention as many features as you can from the image, and remember that you have only 40 seconds. So speak as many features as you can, but at the same time, remember, do not speak for less than 30 seconds. Now, one very important thing that they said is please do not add your own opinions when you're speaking. You should only describe what you see in the image, which means that just analyze the trends. Now, people who've done the IELTS exam will understand that task one of the IELTS academic is pretty similar, and you should be talking what you see in the image itself. So similar to that, when you're answering the describe image in your PTE test, remember it's a description of what you see on the screen. You're not supposed to add on things that you don't really need to. All right. Now, one of the things that I do understand from a test taker's perspective is like preparing for the test can be very, very challenging at times, especially with these new updates that are always coming in from PT. There's new exam questions, there's new tasks that are being added. The test is evolving continuously, and Pearson keeps making changes every now and then. And it is sometimes quite overwhelming to, accommodate all these changes and focus on the scores that you need. But I want to assure you that we're here to guide you on every step. And please remember that focus on, understanding the strategies really well, understanding the item type really well, like what you're supposed to do, opposed to what others are doing and what others recommend, that this is the experiment that I've done and, everyone else should follow it. And I can get all 90 and so can you. Well, in reality, it doesn't really work like that, because every test taker has an individual ability. And my honest recommendation to you is master the tips and strategies according to your strengths and your weaknesses. Because once you know how to answer a question, it doesn't matter what you see on the screen, what type of question it is, or how hard or how easy it is, you'll always do really good. So Let's work on this together as a team, and let's make you reach your PT goals together. And I wish all the test takers all the best. And I will be sharing more information about describe image that will help you to get more scores in the real test. So good luck, everyone, and stay tuned for the follow-up video for this.